Hello everyone, my name is Cyberprime and welcome back to the Boys in the Pod. It's been a while since my lovely dulcet tones have been the one to welcome you into this audio experience, but don't fear, for it is not just me on my own. Today, I am joined by Whoover.
No, you're not.
And David.
I can't believe you said dulcet tones.
And no one else.
Why would there be anyone else? This is always just how the podcast
We
is.
fucking off turtle guy.
Oh, sorry, this is...
No, I don't know who you're talking
guys,
about.
which bit are we going with? Did we kill him? Did we kill him?
Hoover.
He's 6 feet under.
Who?
Guys, you need to agree in a bit here, or else what am I going to do? We don't know what that
No,
body
it's
that we
also
buried
six
was.
feet
an
under, but we
anvil
don't know
fell
who
on
we're
my
talking
head before the podcast started, so I don't remember who anyone is.
Well, that's going to be inconvenient for today's topic, for sure. But this is a podcast where your favorite...
I just remember what the topic is. My big Tom and Jerry lump on my head went down.
But today's...
Did you ever see the girl who did the Tom and Jerry? Are you just going straight into the topic, you fucking lunatic?
No, not at all. I was trying to
fucking
introduce the
nutjob.
podcast.
Oh, sorry, go on.
This is
I thought you were just
basically a
gonna say-
podcast where we friends just talk about stuff that interests us. And yeah, we have some
Yeah,
fun.
we came
so
up with nothing.
this was a stretch. This was that much of a stretch. There was a lot of ideas, but we wanted Turtle Guy to be
These are
here
all
for
the-
a good of them.
Yeah.
So
I hate to admit it, but that
I
guy
didn't-
I've never heard of is very important to some of the episodes.
yeah,
The integrity.
So we found a sneaky way to bypass that, which we will reveal later on. So
It is kind of ironic, actually. Yeah.
oh
We'll get
yeah,
to
it
that.
actually is. But before we get to that, gentlemen, the
Yes.
trio that doesn't have a name, like a group.
Yes, we don't
don't,
have
actually.
a trio group name.
Oh, my
Hoover,
fucking
me and you don't
controller
have a
just
duo
fucking-
name. We don't have a pair name.
Well, we
Me and
don't
Hoover
really
don't.
need a duo name because Turtle Guy basically sandwiches himself in every single time. So, like, we have
you
a
three
duo
also
name that
don't
hasn't
have a
been
name.
needed.
Oh,
Should
like,
we come up with a? Should we come up with one
Hoover
right now? Like
doesn't
the
have a
appliances?
name to any of the groups except for the boys.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
Because you and me
I
are the
really-
partners in crime, and then there's Tritanium. But then you also
What
you
are
and
you
Turtle Guy don't
Titanium?
have
Is
a name.
that Turtle Guy and Cyber?
Yeah, because it's titanium,
Okay.
but turtle.
And then what about
I thought that
Cyber
was
and
smart.
David? I
That's
mean,
the
no, what
part
about
guy
Turtle
and
Guy
Prime.
and David?
I was going to ask that. Do you guys have one?
We don't. We don't.
Interesting.
We've had some names over the years, like jokey ones, but no, not
And
really.
what about your trio of names when it's
We don't have one
it's
either.
I don't
you,
think we
Cyber,
have-
and Turtle Guy?
I don't think we have one of those either.
Huh.
Except, I guess, like the first Fools, technically, but that's like more of a narrative thing. That's not
Yeah.
really a story.
We need a workshop, a
We do.
duo for
We really do.
me and you, Cyber.
We really do.
What are you saying fuck me for?
we're
No,
gonna,
like,
no, but we're
we
gonna
don't
get a
have
series
names
soon.
for the trios yet, so like we need to do the duos first and then the trios. And then...
My pitch right now is appliances, because we're both like robot like
appliances.
avatars.
The toaster and the Hoover.
Yeah,
Toaster and the Hoover.
that's my pitch for one. We don't have to go with that. That's just feel free if we come up with any more throughout the thing, we can
We need
go with
something
it.
better than a toaster and a Hoover.
Well, no, we're not going to literally call ourselves Toaster and Hoover, but like it's like appliances. That's in general. The error 404s or something. I don't know. We'll come up with something. But anyway,
The
do any of you
hardware.
have the hardware, the software, the bardware? We just pull out our loots. But do we have any small talk?
Well, I
Any
was
small
gonna. I think I
talk
was gonna
symbols?
say before I thought you were gonna jump into the topic. Did you ever see that video of the girl doing like a seamless Tom and Jerry scream?
No.
It's
No.
fucking incredible. It's like the most accurate Tom and Jerry scream I've ever seen in my life. It's crazy the way she busts it out.
I love Tom
Wow.
and Jerry, especially the music.
Yeah, the piano.
And
Yeah.
then we would get copyright if I the Tom and Jerry music copyright.
But Hoover, it's not. I don't think you fully understand how copyright works, but I love
No,
the.
no, no,
I love
Hoover's
the
rendition
enthusiasm.
was so accurate to real life.
Don't yeah.
don't change what I know.
Don't ruin it. Don't no. I took in too much information today, So I just don't want any more new information going into my head. Just leave me be with what I know.
Perhaps the podcast was not the best idea for that current situation, but that should be fine. So David, has anything interesting happened to you recently, or anything?
No.
Is there anything that you'd like to discuss? Anything you discovered?
No, I
Interesting.
got nothing going on.
Very interesting.
I got
Bro,
I
did
need
you
a-
not like 100% platinum Spider-Man 2?
I did.
Okay,
I
but
did
that's
do
a
that.
true. Okay, we can't really talk about that too much though, because of spoilers. But
I also
congratulations.
didn't want
How
to
do you feel?
expose myself like that as a fucking loser, but Hoover threw me under the bus.
Hoover
I
has a
wouldn't
habit of
consider
doing
yourself,
that, doesn't he?
You guys are literally throwing me off the bus by saying I throw people off the bus.
I didn't say nothing. Well, I did. I kind of accused you of throwing me.
Yeah, you excuse.
did.
I was about to
What?
step in and say
Okay.
it's actually not a loser trait to have 100% in Spider-Man because it's actually fucking awesome.
It's
Well,
not
just
invested
never
in
mind.
the loser
I
skill
retract
I
trait.
that
platinumed it. Did I
statement.
tell you I
You're a
platinumed all the
fucking
trophies
loser.
and everything?
Oh, god damn. Oh my god, we should have like a roast off as an episode. Not today.
Oh my
obviously.
god, we should do it like. Did you ever see they did like the roasts of like different celebrities and stuff?
You know what we should do?
The roast
you know
of
what we should
Turtle
do?
Guy.
We
The
should
mean
just do
girl.
a roast episode, but we don't tell Turtle Guy that every roast is actually going to be directed at him. So it's like I
Oh,
go to
that's
roast
so
you, Cyber,
mean.
but it ends up roasting Turtle Guy.
I was gonna say that we
It's kinda smart,
like,
though.
we naturally kind of grow off of the small talk. Like we don't even start the topic. It's like the small talk episode, except we just go from like, oh, how was your day? What was your weekend? We just start obliterating Turtle Guy with roasts. Just start firing
When does the
roasts
small
at him.
talk end, guys?
Hey guys, fun. It's all fun and games. Actually, okay. You listeners, if you're listening. Oh wait, Turtle Guy may hear this. We need to record this very soon then,
Yeah,
because we
should
literally
record
said
it the
this in the
next time
episode.
we see. Yeah.
I
Next
was just
time.
about to actually put it down on our list of topics, and I was like, no, I
Put
can't
it in.
give
Oh
away
wait,
the
no,
spoiler.
don't. Text it to yourself or me.
Put it in its own separate note. Put it in the secret vault.
You know, I'll nickname it. We'll call it the
Sunday roast.
Yeah, we'll call it Sunday roast. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it will actually be about.
Will Turtle Guy see through the facade?
No,
No.
because it like
Turtle Guy only reads his own topics and puts in shit like bop bop baby. Alright? I'm fucking sick of him.
Just for a peek behind the curtain, in case this hasn't been mentioned, the way we do topics usually is that we have a shared note on our phones that we just throw in the topics that are underneath that we'd like to host that we put under our names. I have
Turtle
a
Guys
ve-
is the most bizarre.
I have a lot of topics that I want to do, but a lot of them revolve around high energy. A lot of them revolve around having a lot of people, and a lot of them revolve around not being scary in this very specific time. So
I feel like
we can't
a
do
lot
them.
of yours. I feel like a lot of yours, not to cut you off, but I feel like a lot of yours are like not generic,
Shit.
but they're like they revolve around. Yeah, they all just kind of suck. No, they revolve around the other thing. While David's is usually like stuff related to him, and then
Yeah.
Turtle Guys,
I make it about
I can't make any sense of Turtle Guys, and then mine is usually a mix of my sleep deprived thoughts. And I think Turtle Guy has also like taken over my notes section because he's put in ages ago. I eat grass, bite me.
That is one of the first things that was
know
ever added to that note, I remember.
What that is?
That's
But
like
I've
one of the
kept this,
first
and
things.
who knows? There might be a pod later where I host it, and it's just we're eating grass.
If you manage to turn that into an episode,
it's
I
an
would be-
ASMR episode, and we're just
I would not
chewing
be
grass
listening
or
to that.
something
I don't want
like
to hear
that.
your fucking grazing mukbang. I don't want to hear it.
We kind of before this started, we did kind of not graze. We that's a completely different word. We kind of oh god, it's getting to that kind of energy. We kind of burned just Turtle Guy for his lack of being able to come up with small, concise names. But I'm after
Yeah.
seeing one from Hoover here, which is the road to hell is paved with obstacles. What you driving? Or how often do you think about the Roman Empire? They're kind of
Yeah.
long sentences. We need to find a way to shrink them down. I won't spoil any more.
You sound like
my
a
statement
receipt printer.
still stands because I'm currently sleep deprived and I just wrote those.
Oh, did you just write those?
I
The
just
Roman
put
Empire
those down
was
like
definitely
2 seconds ago, man.
Percy frickin' Jackson. I love that.
Do you put
Okay.
Percy frickin'
Don't spoil
Jackson?
my
Oh, I
titles.
can't wait
Oh,
to do
sorry,
Percy
sorry,
frickin'
Spoil my
okay.
Jackson.
titles.
Well, these are coming down like 8 weeks down the line, so it's fine. But right, so Hoover, do you have
I
any
also
small
can
talk?
see the note as well. Like I could just look.
I feel like I've
that is
already
the
given
thing.
my small talk, but like, yeah,
Give me more.
I'm doing pretty alright. Currently getting absorbed into Spider-Man 2. That's going great.
I actually.
Nice.
Oh, I don't want to interrupt your small talk. Sorry.
What else am I doing? I've absorbed a lot of information into my head this week that I'm like kind of
Megamind?
happy with, kind of not happy. You know, I'm not feeling very Megamind at the moment, but you know, I'm schmoovin'. I'm schmoovin' regardless.
Well, schmooving's good. You don't.
Better to schmoove than be
You
schmooved
don't.
against.
You don't.
What else do
critique,
I mention in
You
small
don't shoot.
talk? What else?
You drive. You schmoove.
What else do I mention in small talk? What
how
else
are
do
you
you
feeling?
want from me? How
Like
am I
right
feeling?
now, are you happy to be on the
Pretty
pod?
alright. Ticked off the list. What's next?
Are you happy to be on the pod?
Am I happy to be on pod? I'm actually looking forward to this pod because
Oh.
one, we finally got rid of Turtle Guy. He's 6 feet under. Two, Turtle Guy's not going to interrupt us unless his ghost comes back from the dead. Three, I'm really happy Turtle Guy's got.
Actually, I have a question before we move on, because I don't really have a lot of small talk to give myself. A lot of shit's happened and I'm incredibly busy, but it's not really stuff I could probably talk about. But do you think Turtle Guy will actually listen to this?
Yeah, he will. Because he'll
think he
want to know
will.
what we said about him.
Yeah, I think so too. I
Oh,
think
you're
that's
Which, in
probably
case you're
right.
listening, Turtle Guy, I hate your guts.
Says the person who's claimed to have killed Turtle Guy. But I guess he could come back from the dead. He could haunt a pair of earphones, and
Yep.
he could be listening right now, forever listening to the podcast that he was kicked out of before being brutally killed by
listens to this
Hoover in the
episode
middle of the
on repeat.
Serengeti Desert. Yeah, just
And
constantly.
he's not
That's his
coming back,
purgatory.
right? We're never bringing him back.
No,
Right?
no, we're
his-
walking
his
deading
days
him.
of
That's it.
interrupting are gone.
Man, it's a kind of
He-
an. Oh wait, didn't we have like a whole thing where you had like 6 episodes left?
Oh yeah, he gave it his notice.
Yeah, wait,
he actually
shit, when
left
did
early.
that happen? He left
that a
early,
thing?
so yeah, this happened in one of the episodes. I can't remember
It
what
was like
episode
2
it was now.
episodes ago.
But look, we're not going to be able to fully remember that time, but I think this is the 3rd episode of his 5-week notice.
Yeah.
So he's only got 2 left if he wants to show up, but he's left now, so we'll have to see what happens.
We'll
But,
have to see.
Yeah, so in order to get into the main meat and potatoes of today's episode, I need
That's
to
weird 'cause
explain
we're
a
not
little
eating
bit.
meat or potatoes.
We're not eating anything, Hoover.
I'm not really that
I'm hungry.
We're not talking about food today. So,
What you mentioned food.
Well,
and
do you
now
want to
I
talk
wanna eat
about food?
No.
No, don't change the topic. We had an idea in our
I
heads.
think you were the one changing the topic, but okay. So usually, how I've explained this already. I'm getting to that kind of tiredness. The way that we usually pick topics is we go through the list and we pick our own topics from our own list. But today we thought we'd shake things up by picking something from Turtle Guy's list, the man who's not here. So we are going to steal one of his topics and talk about it without actually understanding what it is, because Turtle Guy, I don't want to read them all out because I think it'd be funnier for you to experience them as episodes sometime down the line. But Turtle Guy's topics, they need like a
you can't
translator.
make sense of them.
Yeah, there's some of them that just don't make any sense, and one of them is the one that we're choosing today. We understand where it came from, but we have no clue what he actually meant the episode to be, so we're going
like
with our own
a-
interpretation.
It's like a Rorschach test. We're kind of taking our own interpretation of it. you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the episode today is quotation marks. Why did you create that guy? End quotation marks. So we have no idea what this meant. We know it's a presumably it's a reference to Across the Spider-Verse.
Imagine
If
he added that in like 2020 or something. Like it was before
Yeah.
Across the Spider-Verse came out.
just like completely unrelated. Maybe he created. Maybe this is his way of telling us that he wrote and created Spider-Man Across the
Spider-Man,
Spider-Verse.
why'd you make that guy?
Yeah, so unless he wants us all to be the Spot, or it was just us to be talking about how he feels like the Spot in the Spider-Man race for like an hour straight.
Who knows?
But
Maybe we're
it
hitting
could
the
have
nail
been
on
that
the head.
narcissistic. Yeah, who knows? Maybe we're actually going to be doing it. But the way that we're collectively choosing to understand this is that we are going to discuss why did we create some characters that have appeared on the channel. So I'm only after realizing now, Turtle Guy has probably created the most through the Interruptiverse, and he is not here to describe them. So that is interesting, but I can explain some of them. But then the other characters that we have was it Timmy in the Woods? We have Yuri. We have Whoover in Fireteam of Fools. We have the Nightmaker. We have Cyber. We have what other characters have been created? We have lots of them. We have lots of them. We have
And you're
Kane.
struggling to name any of them.
I'm getting
What
tired.
was the earliest character on the channel? Because I feel like I don't know if he counts. I feel like it might be Doug.
Well, Doug was literally name dropped in the first ever video on the channel.
Does he count?
I think Doug does count because by extinction, Doug was canonically killed off in that episode. But like he's just maintained, he's constantly being named because Turtle Guy felt bad for killing him. So I think technically that would make it so that Doug is the first character to appear, other than Cyber and Turtle Guy, I guess. But Doug would be the first original character that was made. Then probably followed by the Moth King, which was inspired by Turtle Guy.
The Moth King?
The Moth King started off in Destiny 2, but that was before it became the Fireteam of Fools and was still part of the Interruptiverse. And that was basically the sentient giant moth that lived on the moon from the Moth Kingdom that eventually became friends with Turtle Guy but wanted to kill him during the Moth War, but then was nearly killed, became a cyborg, and was possessed by Kane, who was I think he was basically from the future and another kind of reality, and he wanted to kill Cyber and Turtle Guy to take over their reality, and he used the cyborg Moth King in order to try and do that. But this was all inspired by the fact that Turtle Guy had some difficulty trying to get a moth out of his room while we were playing Destiny one time. So he said he was at war with the moths, and we just kind of rolled with it. And we had the Moth King.
And yes, we had
Joffrey the Moth King, to be specific.
Joffrey.
Yeah, so that was the Moth King.
Joffrey.
Who's canonically still alive in the Interruptiverse. The Interruptiverse has not been visited in a very long time, but it will be. We do have plans, we just haven't gone around
Yeah, whatever
it yet.
was that thing, huh?
It was something that you voiced a character in. I am curious to tell if you remember who that was.
Yeah, it was the
do you remember
old
the
knight's
name?
Neighbor Mugiwara.
Oh my god, you do! Holy shit! Okay, brilliant. Yeah, Mugiwara. He was a drunk next door neighbor who could only repeat the words Mugiwara,
which is Japanese for straw hat.
Incredible. I don't even know if he was described as wearing a straw hat.
Why did I come up with this character? I'll tell you why. I joined
Cyber.
What
that's my name.
Yeah, I joined into a party with Cyber and Turtle Guy, and I instantly I think I originally came in muted, and I was like, what the heck's going on here? There's some interrupters thing happening, and I was like, I'm gonna interrupt the interruptiverse.
Oh my god!
And then I was like, but what can I do? And then I had recently just watched an episode of One Piece, and I was watching the subbed version of One Piece, and in One Piece there's this character called Blackbeard, and he constantly refers to the main character. He doesn't give the main character, like, he doesn't refer to them by their main name, Monkey D. Luffy. He just constantly calls them Straw Hat. A lot of people actually constantly call him Straw Hat. So it was just like, Mugiwara, and I was just like, Mugiwara.
And then that just blossomed into the canonical neighbor of the Navy Knight, who is our favorite time-traveling nudist medieval knight who carries around firearms, not swords.
What happened to the lore of my Mugiwara neighbor?
He survived. Nothing really happened.
What did he survive?
Well, the entire universe nearly collapsed because of tits which is the Turtles in Times syndicate, because Turtle Guy wanted to call his time traveling force tits, and it was a bunch of turtle guys that all came from different universes, and they just fucked up the multiverse. Essentially, was the first arc, because Turtle Guy was in charge of the Interruptiverse at this point. I've since taken the reins.
Who made that decision?
Turtle Guy
Let Bro
did.
cook.
And he thought that the first story, the first overarching story that would be good was the entire multiverse is collapsing with time travel. So that was a lot to kind of unpack together. But that also was part of, weirdly, the Interruptiverse is still connected to the Fireteam of Fools because David's ass is a separate character in the Interruptiverse. David's ass has gained sentience. I think he died afterwards, but his cult
Yeah,
still
I've been meaning
follows.
to ask about that. So, like, what was the inspiration behind making your ass sentient, David?
It wasn't my choice, alright? I fucking was missing for like an episode, and Turtle Guy thought it would be funny if my ass was separated from my body and became like sentient and went on a little adventure. I didn't
Yeah.
ask for this, Hoover. You
He
think I would have
didn't
done
ask
this shit on
for this.
purpose?
No, he didn't. But it was also due to the fact that the last appearance you had before then was when we were playing the Marvel's Avengers beta, I think.
Oh my god.
And
Creepy
you
game,
pretended
creepy
that you pretended that you were in a portal from hell. And then when you had to leave, like halfway through the video, you just started making like gargling noises as if you were getting sucked back into the portal. And you said you were going ass first, and then that's when you left. And then that just turned on light bulbs
Oh,
in Turtle
okay.
Guy's head. And then your ass went on a little adventure and started.
I
a
also
cult in a
told you I
prison.
was gonna be. This is not really a character, but it's like a bit. I guess it's kind of a character. I was also the voice actor for the Xbox version of Spider-Man.
I forgot about that.
So Hoover, I don't know if
the
you remember this, but
hell?
Spider-Man was like a PlayStation exclusive character for the Avengers game.
Okay, yeah.
So the joke in that video was that when the game was because Spider-Man didn't release for another 400 years after that, in the Avengers, my thing was that like I was contacted to voice Spider-Man, but only in the Xbox version of the game, which of course didn't exist.
So it couldn't be disproven.
It couldn't be disproven. They just cut me out, but I was there. I recorded all the lines, and we were gonna have a
Sure you
thing
did.
where they were gonna react to the
Oh, the
trailer, and I was
yeah.
gonna dub all the lines, but then we were like, no one gives a fuck about this.
Yeah,
we never bothered.
we didn't do it. I would still like to. Like honestly, for like an April Fools, I wouldn't mind doing that.
Did you ever
Bringing back the
record,
Watch Along Wagon
Like
for
any
that.
of it, yeah.
But
Bring on back the Watch Along Wagon.
yeah. But who should we go into next? Or do we have any other?
Well, I don't know. There's like a subcategory to characters, and to me is when we hear something in a game and we expand it. So the
So,
two
well, give
examples
me
I
the
have in my
example.
head. The first major one to me in my head is Timmy.
Oh
And
yeah,
like what
that's
that
definitely
became.
that's fucking the
'Cause-
main plot of that entire series. Essentially,
Yeah,
I love him.
Timmy, your son.
But he wasn't. But like, so in the game, he's your character's son.
Yes.
But somehow it went around to being that I
It
was
became
the
more
main,
than that.
like I was the
You were actually his
canonically
uncle or
the guy on the plane, and you
Yeah.
were all my security team, and
Yeah.
Timmy was my nephew.
well, not me.
Not
No.
you. You were just some drunk guy on the plane.
I don't
Cyber
think
was
Turtle
like
Guy
my
was
I
either.
don't think I was even
No,
on
so
the plane.
Turtle Guy
Was
was
I
not-
on the plane?
No, I think
You were-
Hoover was
you-
on the plane, but
You
Turtle
were on
Guy
the plane. Turtle Guy
swam.
was a swam.
Yeah, because of course he did. I don't know if he was on the plane or not.
No, I don't think so. But yeah, like Hoover or not Hoover. Timmy was like my nephew on the woods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so like that whole thing became a bit, and so there's like some off-screen sister who is his
Yeah.
brother,
Yeah.
who
That
is mad
has
at me
never
because
been
I got
mentioned.
him because I killed him.
Oh yeah.
I mentioned her once. I
Timmy
mentioned
died.
her in a previously on
Oh.
the block, the woods.
Oh man. And then I guess
Yeah.
at that kind of extension, we could also say the Legman and Prince could be considered characters.
Yeah,
Like, I know we
true.
had Puffins as well, but like the Legman definitely
Puffin
had the
was-
legend.
Yeah, the Legend of the Legman.
Remind
And
me
like
again, who was our
the di-
puppets?
Do you know
Those are
like
the
the guys
big
at the bottom of
kinda-
the Devil's Anus? Or the Devil's Toilet, I mean, sorry. They like ran forward, they'd like stampede.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Gosh, that game was weird.
That game was weird.
Yeah, you
But
better
in
not
good
know
weird.
What I
about
liked about that is that we were still kind of being ourselves, but it was
Yeah.
like exaggerated versions.
That's what was fun
Exactly.
about that game. It
And
was
that
like
led
ourselves, but
to-
there was like some kind of little storyline to it.
And that led to the birth of Fool Saken. Because if it wasn't for the woods and making it a narrative towards the end because Turtle Guy had to leave, then I would have been, and then David getting the alien control orb thing and throwing the Molotov at me and Hoover. That wouldn't have sparked the creative juices in the head to turn the Fireteam of Fools into a narrative. So then we immediately killed off David and the Fireteam of Fools. And
Well, that's the thing that
Just once again, audience, you can thank me. I'm the reason. I'm the reason Fireteam of Fools exists.
that's not at all true, but sure.
actually
I
you
take
can
full
thank me
credit.
for being a cheap
I take
motherfucker and not
full
buying
credit.
Forsaken. If you like Hoover on the fucking thing, thank me for not buying Forsaken.
That is true. If anything, that is true.
What
Because
was
the
first
other-
video
the
I
other
did for
character,
your
though-
channel, Cyber?
sorry,
What was the first video I did?
your first video, I believe, was reaction or predictions for the Game Awards.
That was before the Woods episode.
Was that my first video?
I think so. The one with the guy from Rogue One, are you blind? Deploy the cavalry was the main gag in it, I think.
Oh, Krennic, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I remember that video.
know.
I didn't.
He's in the thumbnail, and everything. And he's got a little Amogus on his shoulder, and I don't remember anything else. But I think because the reason I remember Hoover is because we had to do it twice. Because the first time I recorded it, I didn't tell you to set it up properly, so your voice didn't get caught in any of it.
Yeah.
So we had to do the entire video again. That was definitely, that mightn't have been the first one you recorded. I think the first one you recorded was your introduction to the Fool Saken. But I think the first one,
Yeah.
I think the first one that went up was the
I
Game
can't
Awards.
believe
I could
that
be
came
wrong.
before the Woods.
I think so. I think so.
I think you're right, but it doesn't feel right. Do you know what I mean?
No, yeah, I get you. I think the Woods had started airing at that point though, because I think it was me and
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
I think for a while.
And
But
then
the thing I was
Turtle
going to say, the other character that was like a game. I don't even know if you remember this in Cyber, but I only
well,
remember
we'll
it.
see.
You'll remember it when I say it. It was in A Way Out.
Oh
Johnson
man, Johnson! Yeah, I totally forgot about
was
Johnson.
like one of my favorite
Johnson
gags.
over
in that.
here.
Get Johnson. It became
Remind me who Johnson is because I
So-
totally watched that series.
In
Oh,
A
you
Way
should.
Out, there's a part where we were walking, sneaking past all these cops, and one of them says into the radio, get Johnson over here. And we made the gag that Johnson was like the
super
Terminator
cop.
cop. He was
Yeah.
8 feet tall and a wall of muscle, and he'd
And
come
he could catch
throwing
everything.
cars at us and stuff. And then later on in the game, they mentioned Johnson again.
Again, yeah. So he's still
And I
on the
was like,
trail.
he's still following us. He's like a fucking,
He's
our
still
Batman.
after us.
I think there was a car. I could be glorifying this in my head, but I think there was a car chase as well that we pretended there was a truck that nearly drives into everyone. Was Johnson as well, just
Yeah.
steamrolling after us?
The truck kept showing up as well.
Yeah, I think that's
because
what
they
the
had
thing
very
was.
limited models in
Yeah.
the game, obviously.
So it was Johnson.
Yeah.
But
So Johnson
oh,
was
I
like
forgot
a,
about
back.
Johnson.
yeah,
Johnson
it was
should
fun.
make
That
a
was-
comeback. We'll find it. We'll
Johnson
find a
should
way.
make a comeback.
We'll find a way to bring Johnson back. I actually have a video plan that I would like to try and get us all to do. Hint, hint, nudge,
Oh,
nudge.
I
To
think
try
I
and get
know
all
what
of
it
these
might be.
characters together, but we'll see what that is down the line.
Whenever
But,
that happens.
Whenever that happens, it literally could happen tomorrow, but we'll see. Right. So, Hoover, do you have any characters that you would like to discuss or ask questions about, to ponder or to explain?
Do I have any characters I'd like to discuss? Well, I think I've just got my main character really, Hoover,
Cool.
in the Fireteam of Fools.
Don't
I don't know how
spoil
much.
anything.
Yeah,
just,
I was like, I don't know how much lore we want to go into about Hoover's background, but I love voicing Hoover because one, not voicing, but I love being Hoover because it's so easy to be Hoover. Like,
you can
I
never be wrong.
can riff off anything because for reasons, audience, you don't know yet. For reasons you don't know yet, I don't have to worry about anything I say
Yeah.
because personally, everything I say I believe to be true.
Yeah, Hoover's just properly insane. And we
I
have a
am
reason.
not probably. I am downright definitely losing my mind.
Oh yeah, 100 million percent. Hoover is crazy, but in the
Hoover
best way.
is canonically insane, but I just love I just love throwing little tidbit. No, so what I love doing with Hoover is I love constantly giving him a new job.
Yeah,
That's
that's
like
peak
every
Hoover.
arc he's getting a new job. I think originally I was like every week, every like few
Yeah, no,
episodes
nearly video.
he was shifted jobs, and I was like, okay, maybe this is kind of I'm losing track here. So I was like, I'll keep it to like arcs. So
Mm,
like DLCs, I have this job. This season I have this job. This season I have that job. This season I'm a pirate. This season I'm whatever. And like I just love because like he's still Hoover also thinks he's like the best at everything,
yes,
and
100%.
in some cases he 100% is.
Yeah, in terms
Like
of fashion.
I love the fact in terms of fashion, in terms of art as well. I
Oh
love the
yeah,
fact
I
that
fucking
like
love
all
that.
the art cutscenes, the sketched cutscenes in Destiny, the way we do that is that it's technically Hoover drawing out all of it really quickly.
Exactly. So I don't know if you've ever seen those, David, but there's like really the black and white cutscenes in Destiny 2, where
Mhm.
like they look like sketches. We have that canonically, so it's Hoover doing it really quick. So Hoover is like an unbelievably
I'm
gifted
a
and talented
speed
artist.
artist.
But ironically, he never chooses it to be his livelihood. That's like the one
Yeah,
job I don't think he's
like
ever done.
oh my god, I could. That's the thing with Hoover though. Like he he's a mercenary for all the things that he's not good at, but he thinks he's great
Exactly.
at.
Yeah, he's got a very strange sense of like telling, like he's not the best at telling what he's good at and what he's great at. But one thing that he was good at least I think potentially was delivering pizzas. If he actually delivered
That's the
pizzas in
one I
the end,
remember.
that's the
I
original job I think.
That was the original job. I was the pizza delivery guy in Forsaken, and my other famous character Bob was Bob slash Turtle Guy's mom slash my mom slash Turtle Guy's wife
Question mark?
slash Turtle Guy's husband. Um,
That was an incredible moment.
that was a lot of fun. Um,
Also, one
also,
oh, carry on.
yeah.
Actually, you
No,
might
no,
no, you
go,
might
go,
no,
go.
no, you might say what I was about to say.
I my favorite bit of Hoover was just purely improv, and I love it because
Yeah,
it,
you're
it
saying,
worked so well. It
yeah,
worked so well. So obviously at the end of Forsaken, Cyber's characters is very much the like I have to do good. Like I'm not
yeah,
gonna like kill people where I
justice.
don't need to kill them. Like justice and stuff like that. So like at the end he was like I'm not gonna kill Uldren Sov, and like you were working towards that. You're like I'm gonna like you're under arrest, Uldren, stuff like that. And so it's just like it was a risky move because like it was in the cutscene. So like
Yeah,
if you didn't like it, we would have probably
had to
had to
redo it
like
again.
redo it the cutscene. So I'm really happy it worked. But it was just like it fades to black and the gunshot happens. I'm just and like I think the way we did it is that like Turtle Guy and Hoover were for some reason off screen,
Up screen, yeah.
but I was also saying like, yeah, okay, I'm holding my gun as well. Okay, I've got it aimed at two, and you're like, okay, Hoover, just stay over there. And I was like, you don't worry, I've got it pointed at him. And then you're like, you're under arrest, Aldrin. Then it fades to black, and you hear the gunshot. And it's just afterwards like, ah, shit, my finger slipped.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that.
it's one of the best moments for Hoover. It's so good. It's
How did you not
iconic.
laugh when he said that?
Oh, I think I did. I think I probably did because Forsaken was still in the kind of like hazy
The
area.
in between.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I laughed a lot. Or I like did the
Sometimes,
scream in like Cyber, like Hoover, no! Where like I
yeah,
screamed that much so I could stop myself from laughing. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but that was peak Hoover.
there. Peak Hoover, I peaked so early
No,
and then
no, I
just
mean
went
like
downhill.
no, but like that's one of the most iconic Hoover moments. I'm trying to think of other
Yeah,
iconic Hoover moments as well, but that was definitely one of the ones of all time.
Forsaken was definitely, yeah, I do agree, peak Hoover.
Oh, Hoover
Um,
having stasis the entirety of his fucking life without telling
Hoover,
anyone.
yeah, Hoover having unlocked stasis. Um,
Oh my
Hoover having
god.
unlocked stasis and just like already being a master of darkness, and like Cyber being like, I love that little like moment between Cyber and Hoover where it's like Cyber's like, wait a second, you can't freaking have stasis. That's not, you can't be using the darkness, and I'm like, well, I've been using it for thousands of years.
Yeah, because Hoover is like really fucking old as well, and we referenced that. Actually, David referenced that in the first Fools as well. When he
Yeah,
went back to pick the lock, he said it was like an ice cube because Hoover had frozen it.
Hoover is, well, at least in our canon, definitely one of the oldest Guardians.
Yeah, 100%.
And he still like doesn't know what a guardian is.
It's incredible. Doesn't understand ghosts.
See, that's the thing. He's really good at being a vanguard, working for the vanguard, but he's never pursued it because he was just like, I need to be a criminal. It's gonna make me money the quickest.
Well,
Even
Cyber
though I could
really
get paid.
allies himself with like the worst people in.
It's a weird, it's a very strange thing that he always attracts the people that don't necessarily want to do it. He attracted David, who didn't really want to help people, but he eventually turned that around slightly. He attracted Hoover, who was just straight up a fucking mercenary.
Was I not? Yeah, was I a mercenary or was I a guide? I think I was a
No,
guide. To the
you were a
Tangled Shore
mercenary
or something
pretending
like
to
that.
be a guide across the Tangled Shore. And then Turtle Guy is just lazy. And it's just the three kind of people. They're the three different people that he's attracted into the helping the universe. And together they save the universe all the time, except for the time where David died. But like,
Well, that's
go
what I was
to
gonna
that
say.
one.
Like, in an extension of the thing, like, it's funny because you're playing yourself, but you are playing a character, and that's what I
Yeah.
really enjoyed the first Fools because of that, like, exaggerated, weird version of my personality where it's David Kivo, the Guardian. Like the whole thing about the moon being haunted is a really
Yeah.
fun gag.
That builds into Shadowkeep, where you
That
come
builds
back
into
as a
Shadowkeep.
ghost,
Yeah, on the moon, yeah.
which was
And-
perfect.
But even like in going back to the original Fireteam of Fools, when I was briefly on that, Harris Solgagoth as a character
Oh yeah.
is like,
Oh yeah.
that's kind of where a lot of the stuff,
Debatably the original villain
in
of
many
the
respects,
first Fools, yeah.
yeah, I suppose in many ways he is kind of, yeah. But that was a lot of fun, just doing the voice.
Yeah,
Uh,
really fun. Like, it's fun to do, and it's fun to kind of work back into the first Fools and kind of
Trying
see
to make
set
it,
up.
yeah, like turning. That was the thing not the challenge, but like the thing about making. I hadn't done the Harris Solgagoth thing in like 2 years by the time we started First Fools,
Yeah,
and by then so much had changed with the Fireteam of Fools, making it like a canon thing, like a narrative thing. So it was kind of fun sowing seeds to make that like more of a storyline. I don't know if it like I thought it went really well personally.
no, I thought it went really well as well because you can see the story, like in the storyline, the arc of David's character grow as he
Yeah.
actually suffers and kind of realizes that he actually needs to get this shit sorted out as it goes on.
Exactly, and maybe
It's-
there's more to David's storyline that we still haven't seen yet. You know,
Who
we
knows?
don't know.
Who knows? We'll have to
Maybe.
see.
He is dead,
Maybe.
so probably not. But maybe there is.
We don't fucking know.
Maybe there's more of
I know.
Hoover's story than he's just in the series. But
Maybe there's
um,
not much more left of Hoover's story.
What would you?
He just
Who
gets
would
killed
you
off.
say is like the most? Who's your favorite character on the channel?
Ooh, oh, that's not fair. Okay, on the entire channel.
Favorite character to play?
Oh,
Good
but
question.
okay.
That's two different questions. So let's do
Yeah, there's two
favorite to
different
play first.
So the favorite to play is probably Cyber in the Fireteam of Fools because that's probably the character I've had the most time in. So it's kind of, I love Destiny. I love the world. I love all of the weird, wacky characters that you all play in the Fireteam of Fools, and I love being the kind of guy that's deliberately kind of boring, in order to. The fact that Cyber is kind of a little bit more boring and a little bit more trying to be good all the time is just kind of allows your characters to stand out way more, and I think that's really fun, and it's a really fun kind of role to be, to like give you springboards to actually play off and actually highlight how you're not really fitting into the hero role, which I think is really
Cyber
fun.
definitely plays the setup
The
for
straight man, yeah.
a good few jokes. You're definitely like you set up the other characters to like make a joke.
And I like doing it. It's fun. It's very rewarding when it goes well. It's very fun. It's just nice to kind of. It's nice to technically play like the character that you would play in the game, but just give them a voice and give them like kind of more completely strange characters that they have to deal with all the time.
I think it
I think it's
also
really
is
good.
like it's fun because in a meta way, it's sort of like how you actually play Destiny as well. Like in real life,
Yeah.
you're very into the lore and like
Oh,
what's
yeah.
going on. You like to know the characters. Whereas me, when I played it, I just liked the shooting and I didn't care about the story. And that is pretty much how David and Cyber's kind
Start
of
off,
dynamic
yeah.
goes
And,
in the game.
when I play, I care a lot about my fashion.
Exactly.
Yeah, well,
and
there you
Hoover's
go.
all
So
about
I
it-
care a lot
So
about my drip.
And
It's all
Turtle
about
Guy-
the drip.
Hoover's drip changes.
Hoover's
every
just
year.
always chasing the bag. He's just trying to get his fucking
That's
drip
literally
down.
that is literally what it is. He's trying to get
respect
money,
that.
trying to get the drip, and Turtle Guy doesn't have a clue what's going on in the game or in the character. I don't think he actually knows the plot of each episode as we do it, but he rolls with it so well. It's
He rolls
incredible.
with the punches. He's just
Personally-
having fun.
Oh,
Personally,
Pete,
my favorite character in on the channel is Turtle Guy in Fireteam of Fools, because when we're recording that, there's been so many times where I have to like mute myself because I'm cracking up.
yeah,
I did
Turtle
that a
Guy
couple of times
will come out with
in the,
something, and I'm
um,
just like, I didn't expect this, and
how the
that's so
fuck do you-
unbelievably funny.
the Witch Queen is fucking peak Turtle Guy. Every single episode, he's got his own little thing, and it's the one. His whole arc is that he wants to seduce the Witch Queen in that arc, and it's so dumb and it's so
That's what
stupid.
he did the animatic of, isn't it?
No,
is-
that
no,
was
he did
for
the animatic of
that was
Fool's
Fireteam of Fools, or for first Foolsaken. I mean, sorry, which is also
Oh,
really funny. Also, one peak of his thing, but But in this thing, he sets up so much stuff for himself. The way that though it worked out is that me and him we sat down before each episode, and we very briefly talked about what he could do jokes on. But then once we established what he could do, like the box or the getting a book thrown at his head to teach him how to do magic, then he just went off by himself completely after that. Like the one where he was trying to be like a Sigma male. the episode where he was addicted to protein powder, the episode where he got taken off protein powder and he felt really weak, the episode where he put Hoover in the box, which was the
episode where
way
he got radiation poisoning. Did we
where he got
mention that?
radiation poisoning is one of the best jokes that he's ever made on the
He's
spot.
like, he goes, "Why am I tasting iron?"
Yeah, and we have to just keep going and moving on because it's in a war zone. It's so funny. Oh man, it's real. He's just.
I had to do that. I had to mute my mic so many times when we were doing the last episode of First Fools. Some of the things he was saying
Oh my
were so
God, yeah.
fucking weird.
like
So
he just
out there.
The way
One
his
of the-
brain works is such a fascinating fucking.
it's
like,
brilliant. And he just does stuff like one of his first things that I just woke up here. I just walked over here. Someone gave me a gun, and then he just
Yeah,
keeps talking.
I woke up, someone gave me a gun, and here I am. I think that
Which
was
is-
one of the times I had to mute my mic. Because it's such a
literally-
funny way of describing how Destiny actually works.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's literally what the game is, and he plays a new life very well. And in
Yeah.
in that episode, that episode is very him focused as well. It's Cyber and David just kind of recollecting, but Turtle Guy being the comedic relief for a lot of it. Like he gets drowned in like a puddle of water, which sets
That's
up.
so
I
fucking funny.
loved watching
It-
that. That was so funny.
It sets up his fear of swimming and water in the Fireteam of Fools.
And that
which
was
is
literally
something
just
nice.
because he left for
Yeah,
a minute, and
he
we just
dropped
looked
the
around, and
controller.
it just looked like he had drowned, so we just went with that.
I love that shit. There's going to be a whole episode of something of falling into place where we just discuss all of the shit that just
Oh
happened to fall
yeah,
into place.
I would love to do that.
But,
'Cause there's so
um,
much you could talk about that.
But yeah, Turtle Guy's character in the Fireteam of Fools is incredible. He's the oldest, apart from Cyber, he's the oldest character in the series that's still there, and he's earned it. He's fucking hilarious. Bravo, Turtle Guy. You're not here, but Jesus, the Turtle Guy character knocks it out of the park every time. And the fact, one of my favorite pieces of interaction that hasn't really been paid off yet, but is the fact that in order to because every arc, that Turtle Guy doesn't buy the seasons, so me and Hoover have to come up together and try and figure out a way that we can write him out so he can be the guy in the chair for every season. But for the newest one, Season of the Seraph, Whoover Hoover lured him into an escape pod and sent it into
Has
deep
that
space.
episode come out? I didn't know. I didn't want to mention it just in case.
No, that's come out. That's been out for a long time, but that's the last we've ever seen of Turtle
Perfect.
Guy. So
That was hilarious.
we don't know what happened to him. We know what's going to happen, but
We know
let's
what's
say,
going to happen.
Let's say, but the thing that me and Hoover found hilarious is that if Turtle Guy decided to stop playing the character for any reason, Hoover would have canonically murdered Turtle Guy.
Yeah, I killed Turtle Guy.
So it's hilarious. Turtle Guy in canon right now is in a constant state of dying of starvation in an escape pod, being resurrected hungry, dying in an escape pod, being resurrected, and he's just in that constant loop as he floats through space. And that's
what a horrible existence you've cursed him to.
I know, but we have a setup. We know where his character arc is going, which is very fun. We know where Cyber's character arc is going. Hoover, we're still kind of in the workshop. We know where it's going to go, hopefully, for the final shape. Just we need to figure out something for Lightful.
Where's David's character going?
Dude, you don't even have a grave. I can't even go 7 feet under. There was nothing left. You probably have a monument or a slab. Cyber still canonically owns your ship. There was also Chippy. That was another brief character in that universe. And a granny that made a RoboCat, I think, was another character that David.
Oh yeah, that was a weird. I don't know what was going on in that episode. But yeah, I can't remember what my question was. Who? Yeah, your favorite character you played, and your favorite character.
Yeah.
Well, so your favorite character you play is you on Fireteam Of Fools. Who's your favorite character on the channel then? Across any series?
I have a couple, but I will. Okay, honorable mention number 1 is Yuri. Old.
I want to talk about Yuri in a minute.
We can definitely talk about Yuri. Just how he evolved and how he's used specifically. No, he has. Yeah. In all fairness, he has actually developed, and like even behind the scenes, like, and how he's used in the blocks. And I still love one of the thumbnails that I have for him in the blocks, where it's like it's mid him just killing me with the sword, so it's like the angle is like slightly sideways because he just hit me. It's very funny. But that's an honorable mention. My other honorable mentions are all fucking everyone in the Fireteam of Fools. God, I don't know how to narrow it down because like David's character in the first Fools is incredible. Turtle Guy is incredible. Hoover is fucking hilarious. I love Hoover's character in the Fireteam of Fools. It's ridiculously funny because I have no idea what to expect every time we hit record.
Because sometimes, like, believe it or not, there's some things I joke, I'll say, and then like Simon will have to stop recording and be like, "No, actually, that was not allowed."
Yeah, no, that kind of breaks canon. So
that one you can't really say, and I'm like, damn, okay.
That doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Sometimes.
Doesn't happen very often. No, it doesn't happen. I guess we can say it, but like, what was the last time you told me? Like, well no, we can't.
I think it was that you wanted to use Strand before Witch Queen was over, or before Lightfall. Or something like that, and I was like, "Yeah, oh no, it was that and Lube the staff, the glaive of Rolk."
I wanted to use the staff
before the raid happened.
Before we did the raid,
which was like that doesn't make any sense.
You can't have his weapon before we did the raid.
No, but you can do it after. Totally fine.
I was like, that's fair enough.
But Hoover's character is very fun because also, just in case anyone doesn't realize, the Fireteam of Fools is basically all improv. We know the general story of what we want to do for each arc, and basically for every episode.
General arc.
But the actual recording is completely improvised as we play, which leads to a lot of great moments, like when the public event of the Taken started happening on Mars, and we all screamed and ran away in the first
That was so funny.
That was very funny.
So funny.
That was just perfect timing. Also, another quick side tangent. Turtle Guy in the first Fools. Mars is very orange. Can we change that?
He says Mars is very orange. Can we change that? And then after that, at the very end, after the whole thing, I think I said like, "This is why I hate Mars." And then there's like a pause. And he goes, "This is Mars."
Yeah. This is it's so dumb, but I love him so much. His comedy is great. He's got great comedy.
I loved sitting in for that recording because the way we had to record that.
Oh yeah.
Turtle Guy doesn't own Destiny 1, so we had, but I do, my dog is just whining.
Is that what that was? I was like, the fuck is going on? I was so scared.
Walker in your basement.
Big whine. But like my, oh my god,
just fart.
yeah.
Just
Hoover's
but
dog is another beloved character on the channel.
yeah, Hoover, my dog usually sits up here when I'm recording. I will make moans and like farts and stuff like that, and sometimes they make it into the recording, and we just have to go with it.
I love that.
It's great.
But yeah, the way we recorded the finale for the first Fools, we had to have Turtle Guy share. I had to share play my Destiny 1 with Turtle Guy, and so he was like moving basically my character. But I like obviously I couldn't like turn my PS5 off or else like Turtle Guy wouldn't be able to play, so I just had to sit there muted for the whole thing, and I just loved listening to it because it was so funny and it was so dumb and it was so beautiful.
You were an absolute soldier, though, for like sticking through that, and I really appreciate it. Just like
I mean, I just got to sleep during it all. So
I still appreciate it.
this is strangely become like a mix of why'd you make
Wholesome.
this character and like Destiny recording.
Well, yeah, I
Destiny.
guess.
Yeah.
But there's so many characters, and there's one more that I want to mention. My other honorable mentions, though, are the Navy Knight from the Interruptiverse, because so funny. Turtle Guy plays him incredibly hilarious, because he's just instantaneously, he's a time-traveling knight who's in love with a Spartan from ancient Rome, who's a nudist, who carries around a rocket launcher and a Glock, who loves knitting. It's such a fucking strange character that Turtle Guy plays so well, and again, just completely all made up on the spot as he goes. Very funny. Another one that's the kind of original Interruptiverse is Captain Jimmy Bob and Captain Billy Bob, who were the two pilots that interrupted The Last of Us Part 2 recording so Cyber could help land their plane. And then that was the introduction of why Cyber is a spaceship to try and stop that, which was great, really fun. Incredible fun. Kane was also the first villain, and Minister Turtle. Minister Turtle, how did I forget about that? Minister Turtle was a character in the Interruptiverse who was very interesting, and Turtle Guy has more planned for him whenever we go back to the Interruptiverse. I'm looking forward to going to.
There was also an honorable mention. I think could have been Mayor Turtle Guy from the Blocks.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, well yeah, I guess
Yeah.
you could do that. There's another character that is in the blocks that Turtle Guy plays later down the line that I'm not going to mention, but he's...
I have no idea who that is. What?
Oh,
I also-
no, yeah, Yuri does. I'll just put it that way. I think.
realized
Doesn't
I
that
also
happen?
had a character in the Blocks.
I have
You
no
did?
idea what that is.
Well, kinda.
Oh yeah, you
I
had
had-
pacifist
I
Hoover.
had pacifist.
Oh, yeah.
Hoover.
Yeah.
Oh, that was an
I kind
incredible
of
arc.
forgot about pacifist Hoover, but I really because I just remember losing all my stuff, and I just remember like I'm just gonna play this like I'm gonna be really like no fights or anything like that. And I
No
remember
fighting.
my plan was to just like. I think you all caught on though. It was like obviously something's gonna happen, but my plan was to just like make you think that I'm just like truly a pacifist, and then when I had you like, not no longer suspicious of me, I would like strike then. But I think you were just constantly suspicious of me.
I was always on edge that
course.
you were gonna do something.
100% same. Yeah, you live in the fucking platform, my guy. It's
Yeah.
a
You would
giant tower
overlook
on a
where like
mountain.
Turtletown was, and I'd just be like, "This motherfucker's planning something."
Yeah, he's an evil man. But from one pacifist to an unintentional pacifist, one of, if not my favorite character on the channel currently, who is one of the newest characters on the channel, definitely one of top 3, is the Nightmaker, who me and
Oh, I
Hoover
fucking
sat
love the
down
Nightmaker.
and
I don't know why I didn't mention him.
I gave
actually.
Hoover a very, very, very basic skeleton to work with, and Hoover just fucking transformed him into one of the favorite
Nightmaker's so
characters on the entire channel. The Nightmaker is incredible. Incredible.
I need to ask you a question. I can't remember. You told me I needed to play a villain. Did I have
Yes.
to do anything with simulation? Was that just a made up thing I did?
No,
Did I make
so
up the simulation part, or did you tell me
what-
to do the
what-
simulation part?
The only things I told you, literally the only things I told you, is that I think you should be called the Nightmaker. I gave you the name, and then I told you the basic powers and the basic motivation of the character. So I think you might have we both came up with the motivation together. That wasn't just me. But I
Yeah.
gave you the idea that he goes into dreams, and then I told you that he did simulations after that when we needed to figure out how to work that in. But other than that, we
Yes.
came up with the motivations together, and then everything that you just like dissolve about the character throughout the episodes is all you, and it's incredible. It's just so funny. You play a character full of so much rage so well that he's just but he's
Your
so
underlying
powerless.
hatred for me felt so real. I wondered if I'd hurt you in another life.
No, I was just really into the Nightmaker.
You're just a really-
goddamn sword.
The Nightmaker, because you did an episode about the Nightmaker before, or did you do two before?
Two,
I
yeah. There was
we
two
had
with just
two
Cyber.
episodes
So
of
by
the
the time
Nightmaker
I
before
actually
Cyber-
met the
before you.
Nightmaker, his legend was legendary, but meeting him was not a disappointment.
It was
I
not.
have to say.
He's just a sarcastic motherfucker. He's great.
Playing the Nightmaker was such a refreshing break from Whoover, because I love playing Whoover, but sometimes I've realized recently I've become more tame with Whoover, and I kind of need to switch that off. I need to go a bit backboard to insane, because like I think the latest thing we did with Whoover, Whoover ended up being the sanest
Yeah.
out of the duo of him and Turtle Guy, where usually he should be the craziest. Where Turtle
Yeah.
Guy should have a little sanity, but so I was like, I need to like ramp up Hoover's craziness again. But playing the Nightmaker was so much fun, because it was just like, I would just come in. I was like, so you're playing a villain. I was like, well, I've got to have my evil villain lab, and I did the.
Oh yeah, that's a staple.
And then just constantly being like, I am the Nightmaker, maker of the nights. This is
And-
my nightmare realm, you know.
And the fact that you're just so powerless, and the fact that you have apparently, you keep saying that you have the option to just kill us with the gun that you have, but you never do, and you just force the David and Cyber
Yeah,
to
it's
go
like-
through your simulation to prove that they're working and they're deadly, but then they never work. And the fact that you
It's
lose
like-
control of them as well, it's so funny. It's just such a fucking brilliant, strange.
It's like, I'm such a cartoon villain. Like,
Yeah,
exactly.
I've literally like, I've trapped you.
You're like
I've
the Fireteam
got,
Of
like-
Fools version of Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Yeah,
it's
like
fucking...
Yeah.
I've got you trapped in everything, and I have the power to end you like right there and then. But for some reason, I have to explain my whole plan, and you have to go through this whole like
The whole rigmarole.
simulation just to like satisfy my ego, you know?
Exactly.
I think that is the thing. The fact that he has such a massive ego makes so much of it, because really he would be so effective if he wasn't such an egotistical moron.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he
he could
is.
kill
Yeah.
us in our sleep, and
that's
we'd have
what's
nothing to
wonderful
do.
about it.
Like, there's no way we could be like, he's an incredibly overpowered villain if you consider it. But like,
Yeah, if you think about it, I could get you. It's like it's truly a blessing that at the end of the night, well, not the end of the Nightmaker, but like the last we see of the Nightmaker is that is that out yet? Is that
yeah, this will be out by then, so you can dissolve the Halloween
'Cause I was
special.
yeah, okay. So I didn't want to spoil the Halloween special. So the last we see of the Nightmaker is in the Halloween special, and it's truly a blessing that for some reason, after a millennia of simulated years, the Nightmaker decides to take pity on Cyber and
Yeah.
not kill him, because
just makes him
if
sad.
if he snapped, he could have just 100% just like shot Cyber in the head while he was still in the simulation or something like that. But he was just like, no, like David's dead. My purpose is gone. This guy's gone crazy. He's friends with a Hoover and a turtle and a rocket.
And he is-
the only who was the other guy you mentioned? The only
Kyberian.
yeah, and like you said, he was strange or something like that. I was like, wow, what a great friend there. So, like, the Nightmaker was just like, I took pity on him, and I'll just leave him be, you know?
That's another thing, actually, I should mention. The guest stars so far in the Fooliver, the extended Fooliverse, are really cool, and they're really well performed. You haven't seen everything, but Riley Reloaded as Carve, very good
Oh,
performance, bringing him to life incredibly well, and the story behind why Carve does what he does will be explained. That is, I promise, that's still in the works. The other characters in that series, Locke, Reg, really fun, really nice, very nicely portrayed. Then we also have Kyberian, who is a hunter who almost went rogue, almost snapped, almost went against the light, but then Cade Six managed to bring him back and then took him under his wing, and that was a really cool character that he was able to play with. Then we also had Digital Curse as the con man, or the con artist, who never actually gave their name, so the con artist is literally all they have. It's the title, which was a very fun character. The con artist was basically almost like an evil version of Whoover, but like with less violence and more like strategy. It was very interesting.
Still as crazy?
A little bit, yeah. They threatened to turn
the evil version of
Cyber
Whoover is less violent.
Yeah, because they don't rush in. They sat back and they planned.
They're probably more precise, you know?
What we did...
Only you need to be violent where you need to be violent, you know?
What we ended up doing with the con artist was previously... both Whoover and Turtle Guy mentioned that they were conned out of certain items that were just things that I had to nudge them and be like, yeah, we probably shouldn't keep that in the narrative. So they were like, oh, we got conned out of them. So what we ended up doing is retconning them so they were conned by the same con artist, and that con artist was the person that was in that conned Cyber, and that helped Cyber break into a space station and then stole all the data.
Were we conned out of our restaurant? Was that why we were conned out of?
I think that might have been part of it, but more so the treasure map, which ended up being kind of setting up the 150th episode special. But then the last one was Rocket Man, who was played by Toad Smoothie, and Rocket Man is a really interesting story. He's popped up a couple times. He's a guardian that's lost from another universe who's constantly just trying to find his way home. But he's from a universe where Cyber doesn't exist, where Whoover may exist, where David never existed, and where Turtle Guy was a world-famous guardian, the hero of everyone who died fighting Skolas, which is really funny because that was before that me and David established that Skolas was just a punching bag for us in that series. We constantly berate Skolas and we constantly shit at Skolas.
Toad come up with the Skolas thing?
Yeah, it was totally on a whim. It just happened. He happened to choose Skolas. We asked him what happened to Turtle Guy, and they said they made a statue of him after he died fighting Skolas. So, like, Turtle Guy got killed off in his universe by the character that's like nothing to us. Yeah, which is really funny for that, because it also implies that Turtle Guy still managed to do all the Black Garden stuff and defeat Crota by himself, but then died there. It was very funny. But there's more for the Rocket Man character as well down the line, hopefully, so we'll see where he goes.
Yes.
But all those characters are really fun, and it's great. And yeah, the Fireteam of Fools, I'm very happy with how it's slowly evolving. It's like the Godzilla Monsterverse. It's very slowly expanding, and I'm really happy with how it's going.
Although it's getting to that time of year again where it's like we have...
Oh god, yeah, and it's always happens. We have to rush and we have to record everything before it's removed from the game, because thanks Bungie, I love that you take out stuff.
Because I don't know why this happens to us. We're always like, yeah, we'll stay on top of it, and then we don't.
Yeah, and we have to rush through 4 seasons and an expansion.
Everything recorded.
We do. We need to start that over this week, if we
need
please.
To do
Can
Lightfall.
Yeah, we can get that done in a day.
Maybe
that's not a day.
Definitely an option.
We need to do it. It's not an option. We need to do it. But also, canonically, there is potentially a Nightmare ghost of David still existing. We're not completely sure if he's completely dead or not, but that ghost of David could potentially still exist in that universe. Probably is gone.
Are we allowed to give any hints or teasers for what's going to happen in Lightfall?
No.
Well, at the moment, we don't know.
Well, yeah, we don't know at all because we have to play Final Shape as well.
We still have to improvise it.
We do, yeah. But there's certain things that we know, like sharks. I'll just say that. We know some things that are going to happen.
There's going to be a lot of sharks. There's going to be a lot of sharks.
But that's kind of the only thing that we have. But David, you wanted to discuss another character. You wanted to discuss Yuri.
Yeah, I do want to discuss Yuri because, fun fact, Turtle Guy and I recorded a Turtle Talks the month I arrived home. So what was that, April? It's October now, and it still hasn't gone up. So fuck him. He had the exclusive and he fucking blew it. So here's the untold story of Yuri and his origin. um,
Oh,
so
incredible.
Yuri, Cyber, you'll remember when
Yeah.
we were like Yuri's existed for a long time.
A
Yuri's
very
like
long time.
pre-channel.
Yeah.
I'd say Yuri started in 2015 maybe. And at that time, it would have been 2015 because it was around the time we all got PS4s, and that was 2015. So we were playing Minecraft, a few of us, and this is pre me even being friends with Whoover, so this is like how long ago
Yeah.
it was. And we were on a creative world, and I was building something. I think I built a hotel. I can't remember what I built. I built a hotel, and I was like, I wanted a hotel manager character, so I kept doing this Russian accent as like a joke. That was like my go-to. It was kind of based on the guy from Spider-Man 2, Mr. Dickovich. But I was like, I need a funny skin to go with this, and I had the Star Wars Rebels skin, so I put on as Morgian, and it was like the fucking worst skin I've ever seen in my life. It is this little orange hag, like his hand looked like a cigarette in the POV. It's so fucking bad. But so that was what Yuri was from originally. Was just this little freak who would just demand rent and spoke in a Russian accent. And I always, even then, had it out for Turtle Guy, I think. Like, I feel like he always kind of had it out for him. But yeah, and then he went dormant for a while. Yuri went into hibernation. But,
Hibernation.
but the blocks brought back a legend, in my
They did.
opinion. And Yuri is without a doubt my favourite character to dust off. He's just fun. I just
I
get
agree.
into him so much. He
brings
Yeah,
this
like-
sort of ominous energy. Whenever Yuri happens, David is not able to stay. It's really annoying. He's never able to hear it. But
no, I've never met
Whoover-
Yuri myself.
Yeah.
I don't think Whoover has experienced enough of him to have a certain reaction. But whenever it happens, Turtle Guy gets giddy and Cyber gets scared because I know what he's fucking capable of, and Turtle Guy also knows what he's capable of,
I
and it's
think
two
Hoover
sides of the
just
same
ends up
coin.
getting abused, you know?
Yeah, and that's why
Like,
Cyber's
the one
scared.
time Hoover ran into Yuri, he locked him in his hotel potato, and he was like, "You can't leave."
Was
Do you know
that in
what's
the room with
funny?
no windows?
That
Yeah, he gave me the
That-
worst room, and he's like, "You can't leave. You're not allowed to leave." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "There's no bed in here."
that episode
was
of the
incredible.
blocks is so funny. And I'm saying I'm saying that as the person who was Yuri. But when I'm Yuri, I just like it's like a different personality. I don't think Yuri
Yeah.
thinks. Like I watched that back and I don't remember half the shit I said. And I was cracking up at like when I brought I brought you down to the dungeon, Hoover, because I think you tried picking your own room, and I was going,
Yeah.
no, you get dungeon, and I brought you down. There was no fucking lights, there was no windows, no bed, and I was like, and you get complimentary piece of coal, and I threw a piece of coal at you, and then I brought Cyber up to his room, and I stood in front of him and goes, here's your room. And then I stood there with a golden apple in my hand for like 30 seconds, and then I said, you get complimentary piece of coal. I just
Yeah,
switched
I
through the coal
know.
on. And then I was talking about like leaving the room without permission and stuff. Like Yuri has a lot of layers to him. There's a lot of backstory with Yuri. Yuri is space Russian. He's not Russian. And I don't know if Space Russia is like a space station or a planet or what. He's an alien. He likes poisonous potatoes. He runs Hotel Potato, and he's from space. And that's about all I know about Yuri. He's orange, small, hates Turtle Guy. Turtle Guy seems to like him though.
It's a weird dynamic.
It's a very weird dynamic. But yeah, Yuri is always fun, and he's come out a few more times in later Blocks recordings that haven't gone up.
Yes, that haven't got.
But any opportunity I have to be Yuri, I'll take it. I wish there was an orange-skinned alien in Destiny I could make him
Oh
canon.
man,
That would be
I
the
mean,
dream.
if you get like a Titan, maybe you could just say he's in it, but like
He's in.
he's just in the
He's-
armor. But we could
he owns
we
my
could figure
shit.
out something.
We could probably get him in.
Make him an AI, make him a ghost or something.
Yeah, but yeah, Yuri's a lot of fun.
Yuri
What is
is
staple?
a lot of
Do
fun
you-
to listen to.
I realized as well, it was funny when that episode started, or like when I was watching that episode back, I realized that Hoover, like Cyber and Turtle Guy were aware of Yuri and the joke, but this is the first episode with Yuri, but like that was the first time Hoover had any experience with Yuri.
Had encountered Yuri.
The first
I
time you'd
didn't even
seen
know
the
Yuri
skin
existed.
and heard the voice. What was your impressions of Yuri?
I was
then?
like, I was at first I was like, oh, is this a funny? I was like, what is this bit David is doing? And because like I see the it's like it showed like David left, David joins back in. And I was like, what's happening here? And then we got to the whole potato, and Yuri comes out. I'm like, what the fuck is this little guy?
remember-
I was like,
One of the lines you said was, "I risk life and limb for a fucking dirt
Yeah.
shack," which made me laugh.
Oh god, the way that some of it is mostly you guys, I think, more than me. But the way that you talk during Minecraft is very because it's not an in-character series, obviously. But sometimes
No.
the way you talk is almost as if it is. Like you're like, oh my god, this took like. Did I risk life and limb to get here? Like, it's a great
Yeah,
example.
for a fucking dirt shack. But
Yeah.
that's what I mean. Like, it's not like that's why Minecraft
drop?
is really fun to me because, like you were saying, Hoover, even your like pacifist mode, like there is character elements to it. Sometimes we do get into like a
Yeah.
weird role play-y thing. Like, why would you ever want a hotel in Minecraft? Like, there's no point. You just build your own house. But I
Yeah.
have you fucking staying in a hotel. And like Yuri, whenever I am Yuri, like that's me in character. As far as I'm concerned, Yuri is in Minecraft. He's real.
Yeah, no, he
You
is.
know?
one of the things
He's
I
part of the
loved
world.
doing in Minecraft was it always annoyed David, but I would go to the trees, and if they were too tall, I just wouldn't mind the last log, and so I'd just move on to the next tree, and
Oh, that
David used to
pisses me
go
off so
around.
much, man.
I was like, who the fuck is coming down these trees?
I want to watch the vlogs again now. I love watching the vlogs back. There's something about it. I think it's it's the most pure, just us playing a game.
I think it
series
probably
with the four
is.
of us. I think that's what's so fun about it. Not the like, obviously, I think for like the Fireteam of Fools has its fun, and like any of the narrative stuff have a lot of fun to them. But something about Minecraft of us just purely playing the game and getting mad. Well, mostly me getting mad at other people and just trying to piss each other off and stuff. It's
yeah,
fun.
that and Monopoly,
it's so
I'd
much fun.
say. Are the
Yeah,
two kind of
man, the
I
Scuff Monopoly
love
video
playing
is so
Monopoly
funny.
with you guys. It's so much
It doesn't
fun.
sound
gets
like it, though, when-
absolutely
No, but there's some of my favorite
There's
videos.
I
so
love
many
it. They're so funny.
moments.
Because I
love-
genuinely have a great time throughout the whole thing of every episode so far. Win or lose,
I get
I
so
love it.
mad.
I find
I
it
get
really
so
fun.
irrationally angry.
I get
So does
delirious.
Turtle Guy as well. Yeah, and Hoover gets delirious. It's very funny.
The last one where Hoover was like, we're all business, no jokes," was so funny.
Hoover won that
I
one,
love-
didn't he?
I think I did.
I think
I
so.
think he did just by the skin of his dick because it was the whole thing was that the whole thing was, "Are you pulling my dick, bro?" The whole thing was that you were like, "I don't care if I win. This is cyber,"
Yeah.
and then you nearly did fucking win, and I was mad. I was angry.
But
I love the first
It
one we
happened for the
did
best.
where I don't know why, but I think I was really tired and I just started going French.
oh yeah, and then the second one where you bought all the blues places, but like you invested all of your money and you kept on putting
Yeah.
hotels on them, and no one landed on them once.
Everyone
the
skipped them.
entire. Oh, it was perfect. It was perfect.
You can't make those games up sometimes.
No,
It's
again,
fine.
everything just falls into place. That's a setup, a tease for another episode. There
We're
was one
definitely
other
doing that
character.
episode,
We have to.
because-
We really have to. There was one other character.
While
that I
you're
wanted
thinking
to-
of that character, there's something I love about Turtle Guy doing characters. So, like, I was just thinking back to the first episode where we did, where Harrison Ford, the Harrison Ford impression, because it started
Oh,
off
yeah.
as just an impression, because it was pre-narrative. Like the whole Harrison
forgot about
Ford
this.
thing wasn't like a thing. I was just doing an impression of Harrison Ford. But in the same episode, the episode's called Old versus Old. If you want to go and watch it,
Yeah.
and Turtle Guy started doing impressions too. When Turtle Guy does an impression or a character like that, he just says, "Hello, my name is whatever," in the same accent, regardless of who it is. He's like, "Hello, I'm Danny DeVito," and it's like that doesn't sound like Danny DeVito, but you've said it's him, so I have to believe you. Now.
Oh,
It's incredible.
it's insane, and he's working on it though, and it is getting better.
Yeah.
I will say that I have seen him, or I have heard him do a proper American accent that was ridiculously good, but then he's never done it again. So I don't know.
I don't believe you then. It wasn't real.
Oh yeah, that's what the last thing that I wanted to say. It's not really in character. They're not really characters, but I'd like to consider them characters for this because they still kind of they're characters when they count. Is our knockoff Spider Society rejects?
Oh no, they are characters.
No, they are characters.
They're characters.
I
like
love
Spider
them.
Pink, especially, is a character.
Spider Pink and Web Shell are
No,
definitely.
Spider Pink is a truth.
And the Spider David Kibberman are definitely a character because he's got a fucking story arc.
Yeah, that's true. I do have an act.
Yeah, he am I a clone or am I just from New Jersey?
That episode hasn't come out yet, and I can't wait for that fucking. No, I'm not
No,
mad at
that's
you.
fine.
I
That's
don't give
fine.
a
That's
shit.
fine. There's
I
no
think
one's
that's
gonna
one
be
of
able to get any context from
Yeah,
that.
it doesn't mean anything. That
That's
was one of the
such a
funniest
funny
things
line.
I've ever said. I know I'm saying that as someone but like I didn't think about it when I said it.
No, it's iconic though. I love it so much.
I think there was a much funnier joke in that video, but I don't want to spoil what it was. But it was just about Turtle Guy, and he's in a car or a van.
Yeah.
But when he describes his spider sense, it's one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my fucking life.
The way the Turtle Guy's character went from being okay, and in the space of that one episode alone, it evolved so much. It devolved so much, actually.
Yeah.
It like
better way to put
changed completely, and it was incredible. The Cyber
really
Spider
funny.
character, I have like a cool idea in my head, but it's not as interesting to kind of emote. So it's
Yeah.
kind of just the steady man. I should probably experiment and do like a weirder character next time. But it's still good fun. Again,
I
your
love being
characters are
Spider-Pink.
ridiculously
I love
exaggerated,
being
which is
Spider
great.
Pink. I just
I
love
love-
the idea that like there's this like misguided, not even misguided, but there's just like lunatic Spider-Man where he's like, I must stop all crime.
One of my favorite points, and
no
it was
matter
literally
who commits.
one of my, I don't know if I made it in the video, but me and Hoover had a joke one time where there was like Spider-Pink would recreate the beginning of Puss in Boots where he like drops a gun in front of someone to like, pick it up to get them to commit crime. But
I
don't
think that
know if
is in one of the videos. I remember that.
I hope so. That was funny. But in one of the videos that definitely is up, one of the best lines, and if I could ever get Spider Pink merch, it would be this, is where Hoover looks up at a plane, and then after a couple seconds of silence, he just goes, "Do you think I could stop the crime in that plane?" Implying that he would be able to make it up there, which is just such a fucking funny thing. I just love the idea of him just trying to break onto a plane mid-flight. I love it so much. And I love the idea, I don't know if he did it all the time, but the fact that Spider David Kibberman journals to himself like fucking Rorschach, or Rorschach or whatever, it's great. He just like writing, sketching down his thoughts, his insecurities.
Well, yeah,
his
because
confusion.
he's like very 90s, and in the 90s, characters just narrate themselves all the time.
It's great,
so-
it's so funny.
You gotta
And then-
you gotta keep with it.
Gotta keep with it.
Keep it tonally. And then the web shell is just like the fucking spot. He's just a nuisance, and he's just constantly complaining. It's
Him
great.
being a nuisance is so funny as well.
It's fantastic.
Like, he's
we
acknowledged-
do apologize for leaving you out at the
Speak for
beginning,
yourself.
Turtle Guy, but it was...
No,
it's
that was the
worth it.
funniest shit we ever did.
That was the funniest thing we ever seen. But I
Funniest
think...
thing.
And it was perfect, down to the last
Less
detail.
detail.
Perfect. Perfect.
Oh, man. So, I think that's probably most of the... We didn't really jump into the Interruptiverse, but we need Turtle Guy here for that, because there's a
I feel like
lot
we
of
gotta
them.
do a Turtle Guy special for
Yeah.
why you make that guy.
Yeah, like actually see
Considering
what
it
he
is his
planned.
fucking topic.
Yeah,
I
this is
suppose
his
we probably
topic.
should let him.
I feel like
we
you'll
should let
definitely
him
be seeing
use
this
it.
topic again, but it'll be the Turtle Guy version.
I wonder what it'll actually be. Like, do
Yeah,
you
what if we
reckon
got it
we're
right?
remotely close?
I
don't know.
think we got it right. I think we
We
nailed it
should
on the head.
ask him before this episode goes live, so we doesn't just say, "Oh yeah, you got it right," in case it was a completely different idea.
I would love if it was just him wanting to talk about the spot or some shit. Like, what if that's what it was?
That'd be really funny.
It actually could be. It genuinely
Yeah,
could
No,
be.
I really like that movie, guys.
But
'cause
I
it's
think
one
we
of the-
got a wholesome. I think we found a wholesome meaning to it, though.
I think so. I think we extrapolated something very fun. I had a good.
I'm
God.
gonna go ahead and say I think this version of the topic is far better than whatever Turtle Guy was going to do. Eh?
Ooh, bold words.
Hot take, I know.
It could be. Because again, like we established, at some point, the Turtle Guy can either have brilliant topics of episodes of the pod or horrendous. There is no in between. It's either conversation enders or ruin your business.
Hoover, you haven't listened to Conversation Enders, have you?
I don't think I've listened to
Yeah, don't.
Let me phrase it this way: it's the Borderlands
spoiler
episode
alert,
2
audience.
of the pod.
I don't watch or listen to like any of the videos.
You gotta watch
Maybe
the
I
good
should.
ones. I'll put together a list of the good ones worth watching. Hint, I'm in all of them.
I have debated making like a Cyberprime Gold playlist of like just putting in all of our favorite videos. But then I just run the risk of putting like copy and pasting the entire Woods playlist and like the entire Until Dawn.
You have to put in like Cyber's favorites, Turtle Guy's favorites.
Oh,
David's
that might be
favorites,
a bad idea.
And Hoover's favorite, except Cyber, David, and Turtle Guy's favorites all have videos in them, and Hoover's is just blank.
Hoover's just like one video that he's in, and the rest is like nothing.
Oh, it's just the Turtle Guy gets
Hoover's
What,
favorite video
I feel
is
like
the
there was-
Turtle Guy animatic.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not even
yeah.
on the Cyberprime channel. It's like Cyberprime adjacent. I was gonna say something there. I know you're wrapping it up, but I feel like there
No,
was like
but-
some kind of character thing in the Until Dawn videos, wasn't there not? I guess.
I don't think
it
so.
was
I
how
think the
we
only
kind of
character thing
portrayed
was like
them.
Hoover had
Yeah.
no choice.
Yeah,
It was
I
Hoover
guess
had no
so.
choice, and Hoover did not want to be with his boyfriend. Was
Well,
his
I
kind
don't
of
know
thing.
if this counts, but there was the curator being a fucking pro wrestler in my mind.
Oh, that was that counts. The curator just fucking kicking in the doors. The curator.
I want to watch that fucking
And
series again.
Danny.
Oh, Danny.
Oh yeah, Danny
boy.
being way more important than he actually was. Oh, the sailor girl. That's not really a character, but I just want to point that
No,
out.
it fucking is really a character. I saw her.
I don't
David,
know.
I don't remember this character.
You sons of fucking don't boil my piss. It's 3 in the fucking morning. Don't boil my piss like this.
Oh, perfect time for another
Danny
topic.
being
Anyway.
alive in that game
That was the biggest
Oh,
fucking
that was a
twist of
fucking.
2023.
I completely
man.
didn't know that, by the way. I don't think I knew. I didn't know there was a post-credit scene. I don't think.
And the fact that it was Danny, who we all kind of thought you made that name up, and then it turned out that was just actually the name.
Yeah. So Hoover knows what's happening in the next one, but then after that, none of us have any
Which
idea
is the
what's
next
going
one?
on. Little Hope.
I know the gist of what happened. I think I also know the ending, but
Okay, I
Yeah.
know nothing about any of the rest of them, so I'm looking.
I don't know
forward
shit about Dick.
I
tell me.
dipped Will Poulter for that. I dipped him.
to it. Yeah, you already did.
I dibs the ugliest character, whatever the ugliest. Oh no, wait, isn't Ashley Tisdale in that movie? Not
I
movie,
can't
that
remember.
game.
Movie.
Fucking. Come on. Yeah, anytime a character is played by an actor from The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody and/or The Sweet Life on Deck, I would like to request that character.
It's a
Even though I
strange
killed
running through
London
line.
Tipton.
Yeah, you
it's
did.
strange that it happened twice. Let's just say that.
But I don't think there's any other characters
That happened.
I can't think of any.
or any other
really
series
names.
characters, I should say,
Yeah,
because we had Johnson, we had.
Johnson was low key
I
underrated.
mean-
IMO.
Does
no, I
John
think Johnson's
Walker
peak.
count being a predominant figure in
That
the,
okay?
He's an icon. He's certainly
he's
an
a-
icon.
he's an
of the channel.
icon.
in the
yeah.
watch along wagons?
Yeah,
Because
such a
he was definitely like a little Easter egg going on throughout those thumbnails.
yeah. They changed in quality very drastically. Sometimes they were smart and they were incorporated well. Sometimes they were hidden really, really
I think I could
tinily.
nearly do a whole podcast talking about your thumbnails.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind not to toot my own horn, but I'd like to get feedback on them to see what ones would actually go well and see.
I think
What
the
ones are
best
shit,
thumbnail
what
you've
ones are
ever
good.
done is the one for the blocks that's just a picture of Christopher Walken. Like, all the rest of them are just like screenshots from the game, and then one of them is just Christopher Walken. It's pretty funny.
Oh, I totally forgot that was a thing. Oh my god, Hoover, do you have a favorite thumbnail before we wrap up?
No.
Cool.
Sorry.
No,
They're
no.
all shit.
The Borderlands ones, considering what that series
The
is,
Borderlands ones are pretty
very
funny,
good.
actually. Now that you
Are there any
mention
characters in the Borderlands series?
Actually, I love the one where it's the one
Job.
of like a brick
Oh,
running
that's what it
towards
is.
the screen.
I love that one too. I love that one too, Hoover. But I was about to say Turtle Guy reminded me. David just reminded me of the unholy appearance and creation of Job. Do you remember Job, Hoover? I am Job. Gobble gobble.
No. Oh no. No.
I
No.
am Job. I hate Job. Job is the character that is
That's
banned.
instantly where Borderlands went downhill.
That was the
Exactly.
second episode.
Me and Hoover had a good thing going, okay? It was.
But
it was
I'm
us
pissed
two.
off for Hoover. He wanted just a series on his own.
We need to
Turtle Guy
get
said
one,
no.
Hoover. We need to get one. We have one planned. We have
also
we have
need to
one.
record it secretly.
Yeah, we do. We need to find a game that we can just bang out and do like the whole thing just by ourselves. But there is that game that we have planned, Hoover. Do you remember that race that we had?
Yes.
We can do
Yes.
that one.
There's also another race that we all started.
Oh, we
We
me
were
and
talking
David
about
talked
this
about that recently.
today, yeah.
We do need to continue that or restart it, but I want to finish Spider-Man first.
At this stage, I say we just restart it.
Probably because I can't remember
angered
the
you
controls.
very slightly because I remember I was like, you were like, okay, stop, and I was like, I accidentally opened a door, and you were like,
God damn it.
Hoover, that's a cheat, and I was like, I just opened a door, man.
No, okay, I'm not getting angry with you for that anymore because Turtle Guy in the Spider-Man series, when we all agreed that we finished recording, there was a solid 10 minutes, like nearly 10 minutes, where he was like, oh yeah, I'm out of a mission, while he's crawling around the vents of the fucking art museum. Like,
Turtle
it's
Guy is cheating, by the way. I'm so convinced Turtle Guy is cheating in some way.
I haven't gotten to the point in the content where I can tell if he has cheated or not. So I am on the lookout for it though. That is something.
Innocence
I hope he
until
hasn't.
proven guilty, but IMO, I think he might be a low-key cheat.
I have
How is he
given
at the
him
exact same
ultimatum.
story point as me?
I have given him the
He was
ultimatum.
ahead of me in the story.
Because he's not doing any of the side stuff.
I hope
I
he
didn't
didn't
do any of
lower
the
his
side stuff.
difficulty, did he?
He's playing on friend, like the lowest difficulty.
He might
Every
be.
enemy goes down in one punch.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
analyze the footage.
He's playing it
just
on
to see.
peaceful mode.
Yeah, story mode.
The Kingpin just shakes your hand in the opening fight.
It's like those memes where like motherfuckers who have no enemies, where like they just dodge
Yeah.
everything and like shake their hand and
That's-
get
I mean,
mugged.
if
that's,
we think about it,
Turtle Guy's-
probably... Sorry, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say Turtle Guy's got no enemies in Spider-Man, except for
He's
us.
got us.
obviously.
He's got us.
Yeah, I was going to say, Turtle Guy is probably the most likely to cheat because he probably feels that we already cheated him.
That's why I think he is.
Oh,
cheating.
yeah, that's
because
why I think
he
he
was
is
an episode
cheating.
behind. How is he the fucking same story as me? It doesn't make any sense.
I know, he's caught up remarkably well. But then again, he could just be really good at it, because he does practice the game a lot. Nearly all the times where I joined the party, he's playing Marvel Spider-Man. And
True,
I've
he
told
actually
him-
did play it again. Like, he finished the story again recently. I know he did the DLC and stuff.
He could just be
He's telling us.
practicing. He's got his Rocky thing. There's two more characters. I knew there was two more. Sorry. They're not our original characters, but it's how we transformed them. Hoover, you're probably not going to get
Oh,
these.
I know,
So
yeah, I know.
number one
How we
is
Transformers?
number one is, no, not Transformers, sadly. But
The-
number one is there's three. Number one is a short one, Chuck Charles, if you fancy. Just
I was
kind
gonna
of-
mention him, but I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Number two is Kenny Stash. Now Kenny Beard.
He
Just
evolved.
that dolphin murdering man that we all love. And number three, and possibly one of the best transformations that is not meant to be offensive in any way, because we really love the character, we really love the portrayal. It's just happened to turn into that. Is Lee from The Walking Dead, who likes to drink urine and is slightly crazy and is
He
bleeding in
sees
your
Jesus.
backyard. He sees Jesus. Forgot about that.
Jesus.
For the record, me and David both adore Lee from The Walking Dead.
I think he's one of the best in the
we
whole
think
Walking
he's
Dead
genuinely one of
franchise.
his. Yeah, exactly. We think he's a really,
But
really good
it's-
character. But
we fucking just
we destroyed, we
we just-
mutilated that character.
within like seconds. He immediately
Yeah.
he was drinking piss. Like
Exactly.
it was like one of the first jokes
we
we made.
destroyed those. It
It's
was
so
great
funny.
writing, and we destroyed it so quickly.
I'm looking forward to actually fucking playing that game again. That'd be-
Yeah, I want to continue it because there's a lot more stuff that's happened, and I want to remember everything. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Because
that's,
well, the last time we took a massive gap between the first and second episode of the second season, I forgot who all the characters were. And
Yeah,
guess
exactly.
what? I forgot who all the characters are again.
No,
I don't know who
God
any
damn
of them are.
God damn it. But I also just want to check something real quick before we wrap up, because we might have accidentally done something. So So, gentlemen, I would just like to formally welcome you to what I think might be the longest episode of The Boys in the Pod that has ever been made.
Hell
And
yeah.
it's the one
know,
with our
we don't.
turtle guy.
We didn't have Turtle to rein us in. He's also obviously known the world over for keeping us on time.
Oh yeah,
How
keep
long-
it.
We
how
didn't
long
have
we
him
gone?
bugging us, telling us he wants to go to bed. That's why we are able to go to.
Exactly, we're able to keep going.
That's my favorite character is Sleepy Turtle Guy.
Yeah, or he just
When we're
falls
playing
asleep.
Minecraft at like 1 in the morning and he just texts our group chat and is like, "Can we end this now? I want to go to bed." And no one sees it. Like I'll read it and I'll be like, "Well, what fucking power do I have? What the fuck do you want me to do?"
Oh, incredible. Oh, the pets in Minecraft are another thing that we could get into like Hardhead at one point, but I don't think
Hardhead,
a very specific
Sack
thing
Kelp,
happens.
and Kelpo Sack.
Yes.
I loved those two guys.
Oh, wait, what was the fucking... Everyone loves him. The character from the blocks. Fuck. What was his name?
Everyone loves him.
Hoover.
What
The...
character?
Oh, fuck, was it Michael?
Michael.
From the blocks?
The blocks. No, not Michael Myers. Oh my god, the blocks. Where's the blocks? I need to get the playlist up. The blocks.
I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
He's in the thumbnail. He's in the thumbnail. He's everyone's favorite character. I put the Green Goblin with a turtle guy head on.
Oh
top
yeah,
of it.
Turtle Guy.
It's
He's everyone's favorite character.
Lawrence. Introducing Lawrence. It's the best character that's ever appeared on the channel because we always remember him, and he wasn't
Oh,
only in one
Lawrence,
video.
the fucking the armor stand.
The armor stand. The armor stand
I
at
always
Turtle Guy's
forget about
house that
Lawrence.
vanishes. We don't know where it ends up.
When you say vanishes, it was blown up probably. Like I fucking
We
blew
don't
his
know
house
for
up.
sure though. We have
True,
no idea.
actually. For all we know, he just destroyed it.
Yeah, he could have. He could still have it. He could have hidden it somewhere.
We should bring
may
Lawrence
still
back
survive.
in the year 2027 when we finally
We
catch
should.
up on the footage of the blocks.
We really should, and that is what we're going to end with. The best character on the entire channel,
Lawrence, everyone's favorite.
Everyone's favorite.
Lawrence.
Guys, can
So,
we Eddie? Can you put in like a compilation of Lawrence's best bits at the end
Oh
of this?
yeah, you'll be able to hear it. Like exactly
Yeah.
all of his kick-ass
You-
lines.
You can hear him.
Oh, that was his tragic death. That was one of the best parts of his arc. Oh my god, that
getting
was
picked up.
incredible.
Oh my god!
Incredible. Incredible.
Remember when Turtle
stuff,
Guy
guys.
held his corpse in his hand and shit?
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
what a
this
beautiful time
has
to be alive,
been The Boys in the Pod. And this has been...
Yeah, can we
Why
wrap
did
this
you
up?
make this guy?
Yeah, wait. What time is it? It's
But
10
yeah.
past 3 in the morning. I just saw it too
No,
much.
I know. That's why I said
Texted our
Hoover.
group chat. I was like, can we end this now? I want to go to bed.
Oh my god. Incredible.
I only said that because you were talking about Turtle Guy doing that. I was like, I wonder if that would work if I do it.
Well, I actually read it this time.
Oh
Because
my
it used to
God.
be, I would see the text, I would have my phone like screen up on my desk, and I'd see it light up, and I'd glance down, I'd see Turtle Guy, and I'd be like, I'm not going to say anything, I'll let Cypher figure this one out."
We need to come up with a code word for it.
Sometimes he'd just come out and say it, he'd be like, can we please end this?
Yeah,
And he'd be like, alright,
just say-
fine. One
And then
second.
you can't do anything about it then. But
Yeah.
anyway, this has been The Boys in the Pods. We better let you guys get to bed. I have been Cyber Prime, your host today. And you can find me on YouTube under the channel of Cyber Prime. Hoover is Hoover. By enjoying this, you're supporting Hoover. You're
Hoover's
making
Hoover
him
and he's dead and asleep.
you're giving him some good feelings, some happy pride. And David is David Kivo. You can find him on YouTube through my channel or wherever you find him. He could be in your house currently. You never know.
I am.
And Turtle Guy, you can find on his channel. He's not here today, but we mentioned him enough. We might as well plug him. You can find him at Turtle Guy T full stop G no full stop.
He's so annoying. Why does he do the things that he does?
And
Son of a bitch,
this
I'm
is-
going to fucking kill you.
this has been
You
the
fucking-
unintentional longest episode of the pod, I think. So we really
long
hope
did
you
we hit?
enjoyed. This is over an hour and a half.
Oh my god, how is this the longest episode? This is
I
like
don't know. This
we
is meant to
started
be
this out,
like-
we were like, this is probably not going to be that long. We didn't know
Yeah,
what it
we
meant.
started this out being like, yeah, so we're gonna get like 40 minutes out of this.
Yeah, we were going to do like
Yeah.
a quickie. But no, this is...
And suddenly it's 3 in the morning and I'm laughing at a text Hoover sent me. Like, what the fuck's going on?
I wouldn't change it for the world.
No,
But
me
anyway, we have new episodes every Friday, hopefully. Should be continuing. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on Google Podcasts. I think you can find us on Amazon. And YouTube will be fixed. If it's not fixed already, it will be fixed. And yeah, hopefully iTunes may someday accept it, but we'll see where that goes. But be sure to give us a good review. Leave us 5 stars or add it to your watch list or whatever you do on your platform. And we really appreciate the support. So... thank you all so much for watching. Goodbye. And roll. Oh wait, no, hang on. It's not.
No,
It's
I wanna
not
go
a.
to bed.
No, you can go to bed, but it's not a YouTube video, so I can't actually say that. So goodbye, and have a great sleep, everyone.
Can I go to bed now?
You can go to bed. I think he already has.
Hoover's dead.
I think he's just asleep.
Hoover's dead.
Oh. So Turtle Guy quit and now Hoover's dead. So I guess it's the
Just you and
Partners
me.
in Crime cast.
Just you and me, buddy.
Together forever.
Together forever, never too hard.
Doo-doo.